And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of R&R. It's Jamerson, Ballard, and I am your host. Happy Monday, man. Shout out to the Rant Gang and shout out to the Capital Letter Club. Man, we late as ever today. But, you know, like I said, man, it's been an eventful day, man. You know, a lot of people don't like Mondays. And the reason why I decided to do this show on Monday is because up in the Northeast, they call melanated individuals such as myself Mondays. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if y'all know that. I mean, I know I explained that in the first season. A lot of cats just start doing shows on Monday with me. And shout out to y'all. Man, I appreciate that, man. I mean, you know, because, I mean, look, if ain't nobody imitating your show, your shit is trash, nigga. I don't know if you know that, but yeah, if nobody bite none of your shit is trash, nigga. So congratulations for having a trash-ass show. But even though I'm not a star of sorts, I'm here. And a lot of you cats out there are aware of me. I am the influencer's influencer. But don't tell nobody, man. That's a secret. You know, I'm a lot of you niggas' secret favorite, and I'm cool with that. I am cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like I said, shout out to the Rant Gang. Shout out to the Capital Letter Club. You know what I'm saying? you know, look, the intros be crazy, but this show is brought to you in part by Kicks. Yeah. A luxury urban shoe brand created and developed by yours truly. So yeah, check those out, man. I'm gonna have a link in the description bar. And if you here for the first time, man, I appreciate you, man. If you're a long time listener and a secret hater, man, I appreciate you. I love you too, nigga. Yeah, and I know we live right now. So if you got my Instagram, holla at me, come on live. You know, ask me some questions, fuck with me that way. And, you know, if you catching me on a replay on like one of these other platforms, then do me a favor, do yourself a favor, right? And activate that like button, man. Because you gonna want to see more of this shit. I'm gonna say some shit that's gonna ruffle some feathers. Some of you niggas gonna be mad. And that's all right, though. You know, because this really, I call it a game exchange, but it's really just from me to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not too often I get game from other motherfuckers, but when I do get it, I appreciate it, and I'm surprised always, but it's really hard to surprise me. It's hard to make my eyebrows go up. Every now and then when somebody is generous enough and genuine with the generosity, that surprises me. And I don't always know if I like that shit, because I expect people to be weirdos and scandalous and trifling. You know, because that's just been my experience, man. Speaking of trifling and shit like that, man. I mean, look, today's episode is entitled "The Same Thing That'll Make You Cry Will Make You Laugh." Because it will. I know you probably heard it the other way around. The same thing make you laugh, make you cry. 29, what's happening? Same thing make you laugh and make you cry. But me, I like the bad news first, man. So I'm going to say it backwards. And it's going to fuck with people. But, you know, it's fucked up how life could do your ass sometime. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a fan of, like, being the nigga that ball later instead of right at the beginning. Because it ain't really nothing worse than hitting your peak at 15 and then everything is downhill from there, bro. That's some bullshit, man. I be going to a lot of, I say going to, but I mean, you know, I've been privy to a lot of quinceañeras. And no shot to the Hispanic culture, but to me it looked like that might be the best year of them girls' life. I mean, they the smallest they gonna ever be. They the prettiest they been. And I mean, as soon as they start getting hit and a baby pop out, it's over with. It's over. It's over. You can say it nicely and shit, but that's just one example. I mean, some of you niggas out there done had goatees and mustaches and all that shit. As soon as you pop out the pussy, you ain't got nowhere to go but down from there. You know what I'm saying? Me, I ain't get none of this shit you see till shit, probably like, I don't know, less than a decade ago, man. I don't want to tell on myself how old I am and shit, but I'm just saying, man. It took a long time. That Native American blood, man, that fuck shit up, man. The nigga mustache, I can't trim it off or cut it down or cut it off by accident. I literally took too much off of it right now, but I was able to salvage that shit. And that's how you know what the fuck you doing. When you can fix some shit, or you know, may or may not have fucked it up. Let me see if I can get this shit. That's a lot of name, brother, but I appreciate you sliding through. Brother with a lot of consonants in your name. I appreciate your viewership. Now, I had a death in the family, man. I'm not trying to bring down the spirit of the show, but I gotta do this because last time I forgot to mention that. I say forgot, but you know, I love. It's a second cousin of mine. I love him very dearly, and his name is Daryl. Cousin Daryl passed in the hospital after some complications with a surgery that he received, and you know, and he's gone now. So I mean, you know, prayers up to my cousin Jasmine and his lady Vicky. I mean, my prayers go out to y'all, man. I hope y'all good, man. I really hate that you know that happened because it ain't really no way to prepare for somebody dying that young. Bro wasn't really old like that, and he wasn't unhealthy. And I checked on him, I called him and was like, "Was good? He good? All right, he cool. He had got through the surgery. He was all right." I called back again, and it was over with, man. That fast. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, look, for y'all who out there doing what you think you need to be doing, man, live your life, man. Live that motherfucker to the best of your ability. Now, I'm going to say some shit on the show today that's going to ruffle some feathers and make some niggas feel bad or whatever. But I always say this, man. Don't do shit that you regret. I'm sorry. Like, you know, don't do nothing you ashamed of. Everything you involve yourself in need to be some shit that's above board. Some shit that you can talk, you know. I mean, even if it's something like cheating. I know cheating ain't cool, but if you gonna do that shit, cheat up, man. So if your girl catch you cheating, you can look at her like, well look at the bitch. What the fuck you want me to do? Okay? You at the house eating big tater chips and extra helpings. Your titties, your stomach is winning the race between your titties and your stomach now. It's been a long time since you've been able to see your coochie. And I really ain't getting none no more. So I seen this bitch and I had to do it. Anyway, look, I know y'all probably like, what is that? Look, I'm not going to even act like I'm a real comedian altogether. What I will say, though, is I am a professional shit talker. So I'm going to talk that shit professionally. So with that being said, we're going to get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Now, gains from losing, because I know everybody, you know, they hate losing, and today and age we got shit like Instagram that's just showing all your highlight reels and everything cool that's going on in your life, but nigga, you ain't showing none of the shit that none of the arguments and shit that ain't going live. They ain't going live with the arguments, except for somebody that's in the news again, and I'll save that for, like, you know, the weirdo of the week segment, because it's some shit that was said that kind of tripped me out. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit of traction, and I can tell because it's a lot of niggas that's mad, and I want y'all to know something. Let me tell you, see, come here, get closer. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you mad, nigga. I really actually like that shit. I wear that shit like a badge of honor to know that it's some niggas out there who, and I'm on their radar, and they see me coming and they mad than a motherfucker. Why are you kicking in with that nigga? Who is that nigga? Why? What? Why you? That sound like some shit. Uh, uh, a male would say, not a man. I mean, because it's just like, I talked about this in the last episode, where you can't lose sight of the advantages that you have worried about what the next man got. Because if you're afraid of something happening, you're going to put so much energy into that you will actually make that happen. Because you focus on what you don't want to happen so motherfucking bad. You bring that shit into life, nigga. And that shit will fuck you up. You have got to learn how to change the channels of your mind. And it's way easier said than done. Trust me. I mean, but you got to figure out how to, get in your own fucking bag and get busy. For all you niggas that's out there mad because you done took an L by a bitch or whatever, man. Some niggas, they just work and work and work and work, and they get through it like that. I got, like I said, I got a death in the family, and my morning is different. I get nervous about shit in certain places, like, I don't know, call me crazy, but nigga, when I be in court, I be having all the jokes. Nigga, I be funny as a motherfucker in court because this could be my last hurrah as a free man. Every time I go to that motherfucker, I be terrified, but I deal with it in a way that just you cannot tell, nigga. I am cracking all the jokes, nigga. Look at this nigga. This nigga dressed way too nice. He got to be guilty. This nigga. And then the lawyers, the way they be looking is so hilarious. I had seen one nigga, this nigga had a handlebar mustache, and it just looked like to me he ain't getting no pussy. None. He better be good at his job because that fucking handlebar mustache, bro. Who the fuck paying this nigga? Over the phone, this nigga he probably had the best legal advice ever, because you pull up to my shit with that fucking mustache and, bro, nigga, you are fired, nigga. This gonna be the last, that's it. You bet, boy. Because it ain't no way the judge fucking with that. The nigga look crazy. Why do you look like you about to ride a unicycle out this motherfucker, sir? Why? I don't get it. So I just be all over the place, man. I was doing all the wrong shit in the last, man, I had the whole courtroom smelling like gas, y'all. The judge up there, who the fuck is smelling like weed in here? Not me. Nigga, it was me. I was fucking up, man. I got community service later on, and I shout out to my bro who, because I don't ask you why, but I associate with a lot of pastors. I know you probably can't tell by my mouth, but yeah, I'm telling you, bro, me and God, like, what? Anyway, idols sometimes will become rivals when you in certain fields. It's just important for you not to put certain niggas on pedestals like that, because at the end of the day, they still human beings. If you do music and you doing your shit to the way you're supposed to do it, and somebody like, let's say Lil Wayne is aware of your shit, and Drake is good for this. Drake, I heard, I'm just alleged, Drake can hear something that's wrong, and it used to be pretty bad. He'd jump on your shit and basically commandeer your song. Yeah, the nigga beat and got on your shit because he wanted to remain relevant in his whatever. Like, he did that shit to the Migos with they shit, man. He jumped on that shit, then it's like it ain't even the Migos song no more. So that's a good thing, right? But, and that shit will piss you the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they titled the show that way, because sometimes that shit, the same thing will make you cry, will make you laugh, man. You'll look back on that shit, and it take a little to get a lot, man. You hear that a lot in the game, man. Like out there in the, in the game, you know what the fuck I'm talking about if you know what the fuck I'm talking about. But if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but act like you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And if you do know what I'm talking about, I'm finna go to another level, because it's some individuals out there that tell you everything about a motherfucker that ain't shit. like the narcissist, this and that. It's so bad. It's like, well, bruh, how the fuck do you know all this shit and you don't subscribe to that shit? Or you not that? Because it's like, to me, it take one to know one. So if you ain't a narcissist or you ain't a whatever the fuck, and you speaking on that shit real heavily and thoroughly and intricately, and how is it that you know all this shit? Unless you either doing it or you done been victimized that many motherfucking times. And if you keep picking the same bitch, the nigga, in a relationship, you attract what you are. Are you in denial about the fact that have you been narcissizing motherfuckers? Is that a word? Have you been a victim of a narcissist and this motherfucker pointing out how a narcissist is and acts and did, and you ask them and they act like they don't know what the fuck you talking about, and they a culprit? Huh? Have you? Because, I mean, I know there's some covert narcissists out there, you know, and then, you know, it's been some victims of it, and a lot of motherfuckers throw rocks and hide their hands, and you might not be a narcissist or whatever, and you didn't got this succubus in your life, motherfucking parasite, eating off of you, eating on you, and just surviving because of you, you know. But when you get to a certain level with that shit, man, you just gotta wonder, like, man, what the fuck, man? Is it you, nigga? Because you sound like, to me, you damn near telling on yourself. But anyway, man, that's a lot, man. That's just a lot to know about something that you ain't involved in yourself. I mean, it's a little bit scary. Speaking of scary, we're going to go into a segment, I guess I could call celebrity news, because I really don't give a fuck about what these celebrities going through altogether. But be that as it may, man, there's some shit going on in that realm. And I mean, I know everybody done talked about Jada and Will shit, but I didn't understand the fact that I guess the reason why Jada's shit then came out and she doing her rounds, because it's another brother out there by the name of Brother Ballard, who neither one of us really know, but the nigga been behind the scenes doing shit with Brother Will Smith as his assistant for over 30 years. I think he said like 38 years. He went on another brother's podcast, and I was listening to the shit, right? And, you know, he talking about his book about to drop. So I guess so that they get ahead of his shit. And I say they, because, I mean, I don't know if Jada and Will is actually in on this shit to, you know, together in cahoots trying to quiet bread shit. But he didn't drop the book, or he about to drop a book. And I think it's going to be early next year that he dropped it. I think he pushed his book back a little bit to kind of let her shit fizzle out some, right? Which is smart. But, I mean, if I'm honest, bruh, some of the shit that's in the interview, I'm getting that nigga book. I ain't fucking with Jada's book. I got to see what this man got going on. I ain't even trying to necessarily promote bruh book, but it's called The Demonic Circle or some shit like that. And it's about Will and Jada and all the shit they had going on together individually, right? But it's some shit that blew my motherfucking mind, because, you know, I say don't be having people on pedestals and shit because people are human. Bruh went into a little, you know, skit about how he walked in on Will, and I think the nigga name is Dwayne Martin. You know, Dwayne Martin from motherfucking All of Us, I think was the most recent thing dude did. But he was also in, like, this nigga was married to Gina from Martin's Gina. You know, they got split up. And you're like, why did they split up? I don't know. Brad apparently was beating them down on Will Smith's cheeks, nigga. Nigga, what? So, yeah, we done all heard that, you know, Will and them is gay as a motherfucker. And, who, you know, whatever, who give a fuck? But to me personally, although I could, you know, okay, Will gay, I just, for some strange reason, I thought that nigga was a top. Turns out that nigga is a bottom. Yeah, he getting his cheeks busted on the set of All of Us. And Brother Ballard and told it all, bro. Told all that shit, man. Yeah. Look, yeah, if you got to rewind that shit again and hear me say, because I don't know these niggas, man. I mean, I hope that if I ever get to Hollywood, and, Will, look, I'm not trying to, really, who give a fuck, bro? Live your motherfucking life, right? It's about to come out anyway. I ain't the first nigga that said the shit. It's out there, right? Don't hurt me. I don't want to die. I'm just saying, the nigga said that shit, and I was shocked. And I guess, I don't know, congratulations to Brother Dwayne, because you fucking one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. And I mean, the nigga was talking about how Ballard was supposed to be, because this Will assistant, he supposed to be assisting. Will asked him to assist Dwayne, but in reality, the nigga was really setting him out there to fucking spy on this dude, to see who else he fucking. This nigga actually up there, I guess, fucking with Lisa Ray husband. Lisa Ray, the chick that played on, I might be saying her name wrong. I think, yeah, it's Lisa Ray, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Brett was hitting him on her husband, allegedly, I guess. And, Will wanted to know who else cheeks he busting. So, when I see, and shout out to my bro, man, because he was like, once you understand certain shit, you get to plug in shit and go back and you see it, it's like, damn, really? So that's why Lisa Ray and Dude got divorced, and that's why Gina and Dude got divorced, because Dwayne out there is smacking all these dudes' buns. But why haven't we seen this nigga nothing in the last? I guess he get taken care of anyway, because he just booty bandit. I thought that one nigga that just did time in the pen and got out. Oh my God, is it Fleek Johnson or some shit like that? I thought that nigga was busting ass. Boy, this nigga is busting ass. Famous $500 million nigga ass, and just and Will got the nerve to be walking around here with the straight face and keep my wife name out your. No wonder she ain't trying to fuck with you and she keep talking about Tupac, nigga. Shit. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying Will is a bad person for getting his cheeks busted, because I guess it but it ain't no secret no more, sir. That shit is out there, man. And Brother Ballard put that shit out there. He out there and hiding like a motherfucker, because he ain't trying to get killed behind this shit, because it's not him that he worried about as far as Will and Jada as much as it is the people that are paying him. So, please don't, like I said, please don't hurt me. I don't want to die. I just was shocked and appalled at the fact that somebody that, we in the black community kind of hold in high esteem, is just going through that kind of shit. And it's shocking, man. So, yeah, whatever. I ain't even the type to be on no gospel shit, but that shit it was hard to just, I don't know, man. I had to, man, whatever. So I guess now that that's out there, man, I got this newest segment I'm trying out, right? I like to call it Jamerson's Top 5. And last week I mentioned it a little bit, but this week I got another top 5 for y'all niggas, man. And this is Jamerson's top 5 dope fiends of all time. Yeah. It's a disturbing list, lightweight, but I don't want you to be, mad about the fact that, I'm not trying to beat up on my community. I know everybody on this list. Now, that's not to say that I have, nothing against the Caucasian race. There are plenty of amazing dope fiends in the Caucasian race, and I can name off a couple of them. Ozzy Osbourne. Who the fuck knows what the fuck he's saying? He had to be on some crazy ass dope. He's still here. Only one person on my list of greatest dope fiends of all time is still here. And, I don't want you to be upset, sir, But anyway, another great Caucasian dope fiend, and this is a legend because I don't know if the nigga was on dope or not, but me and my partner was talking about that nigga, Randy Savage, Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh yeah, brother, bruh had to be on big powder. What? All the cocaine and the roids. What? Give that nigga 2 tooths of powder and a shot of roids, and he gone. Oh yeah, brother. I just walk. Bro, I can't even do it right now, bro. Used to have me rolling, bro. One of my favorite all-time wrestling bad guys when I was rocking, with wrestling and shit. Him and the Ultimate Warrior. That was the WWF and the WWC. I mean, another one was Ric Flair. Ric Flair was on powder too. He had to be, bro. So I mean, I don't want y'all to think that I have anything against them or I'm trying to shit on my community altogether. It's just everything we do is magnificent. Even drugs, nigga. When we on drugs, what? So, without further ado, number 5, greatest dope fiend of all time, to me, in my book, right? Richard Pryor. Yeah. Hey, Junior, I'm not trying to shit on Pops, bro. I love Rich, bro. Rich was is still one of my favorite comedians, bro. All time great, bro. I guess him and Eddie had some shit going on between each other as far as like a little lightweight, beef or something. I don't know, not necessarily a beef, but kind of like a Prince, Michael Jackson kind of thing. It was like a competition situation where he had this, but anyway, Rich Pryor, bruh, was gone. Now, he talked about it on one of his specials. One of the most honest dudes I've ever heard, bruh. Hilarious, but he was on crack. Bruh was on big crack rock, smoking it, and powder and all that shit. And then, so much so that he was, giving certain stars, even fellatio. He talked, look, cocaine is a powerful drug. Damn, you know what? Now that I say that, I kind of feel like I might have been missing one. I might even replace this one. Nah, I think I'm going to keep the list the same because, we can't do all entertainers. You know what I'm saying? You got to mix it up a little bit. But for the number 4 spot, one of the greatest dope fiends of all time to me personally was, I know you thinking maybe I was finna say Rick James. And I probably should say Rick James. Rest in peace, Rick James. But I can't. I got to give it to Barry Sanders. Yeah, what? Barry Sanders? Barry Sanders, nigga, steroids is drugs. And I hope that he ain't on them no more. But that man did the most with what he was on. Look, I could probably say alleged, but I mean, come on now. Shit. This nigga just went from being skinny than a motherfucker with the Pirates or what to nigga got muscles out of no nigga hitting home run after home run after home run after home run after home run. Him and Mark McGuire motherfucking ass. I think that's the nigga name. Yeah, he got to be on the list too, but he ain't on the list with us. He down there probably like 25 or something. Cause there's a lot of great dope, a whole lot of great dope fiends, dope addicts. But yeah, Barry Sanders. I don't know, whatever, nigga. If you don't like my list, I don't give a fuck. Number 3 on the list of greatest dope fiends of all time, all times, is a woman. And, R.I.P. to her, but, hey, man, I have to give it to Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston has had one of the most terrific singing careers of all time. And to be honest, I would have never known unless that shit, she died and she did a lot of shit. I guess she gave Ray J some pussy. I don't know. You probably had to be on drugs to do that. I mean, she probably made a lot of dope dealers, a lot of motherfucking money, but she could sing her motherfucking ass off. What? She could sing her motherfucking ass off, catalog worth a gajillion. I don't know I hope that, I don't know, man. There's a lot of shit surrounding her mysterious passing. And, it was sad and shit, but now she was from Orange. Now that I know what that's about, of course she was on powder. But she's singing like a motherfucking songbird. I wouldn't even break no weed down on the lady's motherfucking CD case when I first started smoking because I thought she was so, pure. I had so much respect for her and still got a gang of respect, but I just had to put it in perspective. So that's number 3. Number 2. So don't hurt me, man. This is some old school shit for real, but look, man, and I don't know if y'all gonna find this funny, but I thought that shit was hilarious. Ray Charles. Yeah, nigga, Ray motherfucking Charles, nigga. What? Bruh was on that shit. Bruh was on big drugs, on boy, like a motherfucker. Making hit after hit after hit, couldn't see shit, couldn't see nothing. He wasn't going out at all. Wasn't taking no shorts, nigga. Nigga, give me my chips, nigga. Couldn't see a damn thing. Couldn't see the bitch, nigga. Feeling wrist, and can you imagine how it must have been to be the bitch that was fucking with Ray Charles and getting cheated on? You getting cheated on by a blind nigga. You need this nigga. He got money. This ain't no dub. What the fuck? How much is this? This nigga just felt the texture of the money and knew it was the wrong money. This nigga done got paid in all singles because, who ain't gonna try to get her over on the nigga, man? But the nigga came back and was tripping. Like, where's the rest of my money? Yeah, Ray. Shout out to Ray Charles, man. Man, number 2 greatest dope fiend of all time. And if you're still here, and I hope you are, the number 1 greatest drug addict of all time to me, and I'm probably going to catch some flack for this, but nigga, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, motherfucking Michael Jackson, the greatest entertainer of all time. And I don't think he was on traditional drugs, but whatever drug he was on, nigga, he had to have that shit administered by a motherfucking doctor, nigga. Because the man was so active. He couldn't lay the fuck down. Nigga just wanted to go to sleep. He wanted to go to bed. He could have just took some heroin like most niggas, but he wanted that medical grade shit. Nigga had to pay a nigga to shoot him up. And the nigga did too much and died. I hate that he died, bro. That shit's fucked up. And he had a lot of shit going on. I mean, his catalog was another thing. I don't know if they didn't put the man down, but, and that's not the shit on our greats. But to be honest with you, from a comedic standpoint, got to be the greatest dope fiend of all time, man. Nigga, what? And he just wanted to go to bed. That's all he wanted to do was get some motherfucking rest. Whatever that nigga was on was some strong ass shit. Have you niggas ever had anything medical grade for all the women out there that has had a baby and you got hit in the back with that, what is it, Demerol or some shit like that? That shit got to feel good to the motherfucker. I mean, you got the street dope, and I know all you niggas out there who did some street dope, oh man, that shit fire, ecstasy and all that shit. But nigga, you get some medical grade dope from the doctor office, and it ain't really nothing that you can compare to that. So, with that being said, that's my top 5 of the week, man. Those is my picks. If you don't like it, I don't give a shit. Leave a comment in the comment section and tell me how you feel and who you think might have been, should have been on the list. I got a couple cats that should have been on the list. I'm gonna save that for a little bit later, man. Y'all gotta stay tuned for this shit, man, because this show is getting better and better and better and better and wetter and wetter and wetter and wetter. So send me some cheddar, some cheddar, some cheddar, some cheddar. Shit. My Cash App is $SuperStee, SuperStee, man. You know what I'm saying? Show me some love monetarily, man. It don't got to be a dub. It could be $1, $5 holla, like my nigga Free say. You know what I'm saying? It could be one of them, a couple of those, shit. You know, get a nigga water or something. You know, show me some appreciation. You know, but I ain't here. I'm not finna be begging and shit. I'm just saying it's there. If you got it like that, you got a couple extra dollars, you laughing and shit. Fuck with a nigga. You done stole a joke or two, got inspired. Fuck with a nigga. It's cool. Ain't nobody gonna tell nobody. I ain't gonna tell nobody, man. Anyway, you know, I guess it's time for the segment of the show that I like to call "Don't Be a Weirdo." Yeah. Without further ado, today we have Keke Palmer them in the motherfucking news again. And I gotta say, man, I look, I'm not on nobody's side. I mean, I know it sounds like some more celebrity shit, but I gotta stretch this shit out a little bit. I mean, the nigga that Keke Palmer fucking and said some dumb shit, and I just had to put him on blast for that. You know, he ain't necessarily a celebrity weirdo of the week, but today's weirdo of the week is Darius Jackson, Keke Palmer baby daddy. And not because, you know, they into it, because couples do that shit, but because of the statement he made where he was talking about, I see why male animals eat their children. That's some weird shit to say, bro. What the fuck is going on? You sound like a nigga that don't have his emotions in check, because shit don't always turn out the way it's supposed to. What the fuck? Nigga probably was raised by his mama, and he expect a certain amount of shit. That shit was probably wobbly before she went to the motherfucking Usher concert, but they kind of try to keep it lit for the kid. And that's something I don't necessarily suggest for any of y'all who out there in a relationship that's toxic. Kids don't keep niggas or bitches. It don't. And you probably know that already now that you had a failed relationship. But if you didn't know, that shit don't work. For all you young niggas out there, if your shit ain't working, don't get that lady pregnant and think that's going to keep her in pocket. Okay? It just don't. I know it sounds like Uncle Jamerson is being a little serious right now. But I'm just saying, bro, that shit, that's weird. That's weird for you to say something like that, bro. And I heard he beating the girl lightweight. I mean, they got stills. You can't really say whether that's happened or not because it ain't a video. It's stills. But in another way of looking at that is, look, man, if you got to hit, it's time to replace the shit. I don't care if it's male or female. You shouldn't be hitting on each other, man. Keep your motherfucking hands to yourself. That's weird. If you got a TV, right, and the TV don't work, you hit that motherfucker and it work. Every time it do some shit that I ain't supposed to be doing, and you hit it and it work again, what the fuck that mean? That mean it's time to replace that TV, bro. That's what the fuck that mean. You got to keep hitting it and shit. You get up, you got company at your crib, and you pushing the button. The motherfucking button don't work. You change the battery, button don't work. But you go up and you hit the TV. Now, first of all, this is a TV. It's not even a person. But if you can you imagine how you over somebody's house and you hit the TV and it work and they looking at you like, damn, bro, yo, shit, all right. Now you go to a person, you hitting a human being because they're not doing what you think they should be doing. The shit is over with, man. You know what I'm saying? When you in the game, and I say the game, but I'm talking about, you know, pimp games, you gotta pimp from your mouth, not from your hands, bro. But you not a pimp. You just a normie. You a regular nigga. That's fine. But just take a hint from somebody that kind of know a little bit better, bro. You can't hit a chick and expect the respect to come from you hitting them or even raising your voice altogether. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to be hit. Some people like that shit. They don't feel like you love them unless that's happening. That's your job to do some recon work and look into their background and check the pedigree. If it's a person that is used to being abused, and you know, you have to kind of look at yourself. If you accepting that, it's like, damn, how bad am I doing that I'm fucking with somebody that's ruined? That I got to go into that to get what I need done, and I'm doing what? You not doing that great, bro. I seen a nigga in motherfucking Family or Dollar Tree yelling at his chick because I don't know because I was the only male in the store at the time and I'm bigger than her dude. So I don't know if she started acting different towards him because she seen somebody that could probably check her man. And she thought that lady, I don't think that you cute. I'm not a captain. I'm not finna blow the dust off my cape for you. and now y'all, because it's just that the motherfuckers at the restaurant looking at me like, is you gonna do something? No, I'm not finna do shit. I mean, I do want to help, but I can't. You involved yourself in that shit. If you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. I got a sister and I got people I love, but bro, I can't go over there and go upside this nigga head and then you go back and fuck him again after you get out of jail or I'm in jail because and then y'all fucking again. Somebody I know said, "Cum is thicker than blood." A wise man once said, "Cum is thicker than blood," and I believe it. So I'm not finna involve myself in none of that shit. I'm just gonna tell you from the jump, like if that's some shit that you feel like is happening before it get too deep, you need to kind of walk away from that shit while it's still easy before you get too heavily invested, man. Because a divorce can be something that can be, you can walk away from the person and that shit hurt. You got years in, you can split up TVs, washing and dryers, cars, money. But a child, you can't split that. You can't split that up. That ain't no way you can half that, nigga. And you talking about you see why animals eat their kids, man. That's a fucking animal, bro. They don't have reasoning like we have, So shame on you for saying some dumb shit like that. Now you didn't just gave the kid to the chick, bro, because she probably didn't record that shit or whatever. It's circulating in the motherfucker. She didn't went to court on your ass, and now she got full custody of the kid. It's pending, but what the fuck is you talking about? So, hey, brother, people, Rand Gang, Capital Letter Club, people, we don't do shit like that. You don't say shit like that. You don't even think that shit. That shit is weird. So that's it for that. Next, we have, let's see, who got active? Who got active? Now, this week's activated individual of the week award goes to, drum roll please, the daughter of Ocho Cinco. Her name is Jamerson Johnson. For, putting her daddy in the right frame of mind, bro. Because it was a brother by the name of Keith Lee, who used to be a competitive fighter who does a lot of work in the community, helping people and things like that. Got a lot of notoriety, but he's also a food critic, and he's making his rounds, right? And he came to Atlanta and he gave some pretty honest feedback on how things go out there in Atlanta as far as like the food industry. And a lot of the restaurants he was going to was black-owned restaurants, which I could kind of understand why maybe Ocho Cinco was tripping, because I don't know if he got a restaurant or whatever, but he probably understand how hard it is to own a business. And he went off on bro, like, to, I don't know who is this nigga, talking shit to him and going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And Keith Lee got on his ass a little bit, or at least defended himself in the way that he knew how, which is on social media. And then, and you know what? I got to shout out Ocho because he was big enough to apologize to bro after all that shit because he didn't know, I guess. But his daughter was the caveat to that. And she gets, activated individual of the week because she, it's her father. Right is right and wrong is wrong, man. To me personally, I agree with Keith. Some of that shit needs to change. And yeah, it probably was maybe a different way he could have went about it. But what is he gonna do? I mean, he asking for food. He trying to get his shit. The man damn near put his life on the line because he got shellfish allergies, and these people ain't really giving a fuck about none of that shit. He just trying to help other people not get sick by putting them out there, and they need to get put on notice. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that all the people that he got together was, they needed to get that harsh of a treatment. I'm not sure exactly because I still have yet to have seen all the reviews that he did. But the one that stood out to me was when he went to one particular place and they were saying that they all put all their shit as far as like seafood, chicken, and everything. They swirl all their shit in the same bowls and they don't change that shit. And it's weird because I don't necessarily have a shellfish allergy, but that shit is detrimental to certain people. So, his daughter, though, not to take away from what she was on, talked to her dad, which is It was just kind of, but you know, again, we have to give Ocho Cinco his for taking, you know, responsibility for being, I guess, wrong and, you know, apologizing to the man in public also. So shout out to all of the people involved in that. You know, we do want to have black excellence, but you know, that's not to say we don't have white excellence, because I seen, like I said, bro, Mr. Beast doing his thing out there still. So, you know, and it's like I said, I just like to see that kind of thing, you know, and where people can be corrected, because only a fool despises correction is what it says in the Bible. So shout out to Ocho for not being a fool, and shout out to his daughter for being brave enough to stand up to her dad, although she might need some shit in the next couple of days, next week or whatever. And, you know, it ain't no love lost. And next up we have Wake the Fuck Up. Now, last weekend I got caught up a little bit and I forgot to do Wake the Fuck Up. And so we got Wake the Fuck Up going on right now. And on today's segment of Wake the Fuck Up, we have an individual by the name of YNJ out of Flint, Michigan. Shout out to Brett. Brett got some shit. Brett, to me, is fucking hilarious, actually. He got a new joint called Party All Night that I fuck with. But it's a joint called Austin Powers that is hilarious, because he's like, how the fuck you thick with no ass? You got a smooth back. How the fuck you thick with no ass? How the fuck you thick with no ass? You got a smooth back. That shit was funny than a motherfucker. It ain't the only things that he said that's hilarious. I mean, his ad-libs is hilarious. So, I mean, you know, you ain't heard of Bray. Where the fuck you been? Check that shit out. The nigga's hilarious, man. And last but not least, for the final segment, we have Now Flowers. And on today's segment of Now Flowers, I got to give it up to probably another one of our greatest dope fiends of all time. He didn't make the top 5. And that's my nigga Bobby Brown, bro. Bobby Brown, for a nigga that can't really sing, he had the mitigated gall to call himself the king of R&B. And that's kind of with good reason, bro. The man had formed a group of niggas. First of all, to get some niggas to do anything together is amazing. That many. This nigga got New Edition to jump off, man. This was probably one of the first real boy bands. And, you know, there's a lot of niggas that he started shit, man. There's a lot of boy bands going on. Now you got white people doing the shit, too. You know, the latest one I remember was, I guess it was motherfucking One Direction or some shit. But, you know, you got all kind of boy bands. New Kids on the Block, and, you know what I'm saying? And they even got motherfuckers in K-pop doing that shit out there in Korea. So, you know, hey, shout out to motherfucking Bobby Brown. All you motherfuckers got Bobby Brown to thank for y'all careers, nigga. So, let's go back to the fact that nigga started the Wu-Tang Clan of R&B groups. I mean, with this one group, New Edition, they then broke up and made 3 separate groups. Then you got motherfucking, let me see, Belle Biv DeVoe. Ralph Tresvant went on to have a successful career. Bobby Brown did his own thing solo. Johnny Gill did his own motherfucking thing. I mean, shit, do I need to say more? What the fuck? And then one of the niggas out of Belle Biv DeVoe and started some shit and got motherfucking Boyz II Men together, another Bad Creation together. I mean, this is all because a nigga named Bobby Brown decided that his no singing ass wanted to sing. And he did that shit. The nigga did that shit. And now we have all this great shit to thank him for. Now, them niggas is out there in motherfucking, they got a residency in Las Vegas now. I don't know which one of you bitches is finna go see that shit, because them niggas is old now. But they still, you know, dancing and spinning around and shit and doing their thing. And Johnny Gill probably the only nigga, I mean, I say Johnny Gill. Is it Johnny Gill? Johnny Gill the only nigga I know out of that group that can sing like a motherfucker. I mean, Johnny Gill can sing like a motherfucker. Ralph Tresvant can sing like a motherfucker too. But, yeah, the rest of them niggas is just fill-ins. And that's just my opinion. But I'm not trying to shit on them niggas because even though they just feeling, them niggas was getting paid, them niggas was fucking bitches, they was doing cocaine, they was doing all that shit. So shout out to Bobby Brown for bringing us that for the period that he had that. And then he went on to fuck motherfucking Whitney Houston. How the fuck did that nigga pull that shit off? And then find out that she is on. Look, I could talk about that shit for a little bit longer. But I ain't finna keep this shit going too much longer, man. That's all y'all get for free tonight, okay? My name is Jamerson, C.R. Ballard. Follow me on all platforms. It's Jamerson Ballard. If you want to book me for some or, get some personal instructions on shit, shoot me an email at mr.j.c.r.b@gmail.com. Get in contact with me. DM me or something on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook and get the little music list I'll be putting out on the Wake the Fuck Up side of the game. And that's about it for me, man. I want y'all to have a productive week and a safe, happy holiday and shit. And I'll see y'all next time. Adios.